Hi everyone, welcome to the Global Children Marathon. We're already halfway through, so that's great, or almost halfway through actually. But anyways, sorry for starting a little bit late today. We just had a little bit of technical issues, but we're here with two presenters today. We've now moved on to a new region, Eastern Europe. So, if you don't know, the continent of Europe is across the Atlantic Ocean, and Eastern Europe means the countries that are on the eastern side of Europe. So, like, the right side, uh, if you're looking at a
On the
map.
map.
Yeah. But
Yes.
anyways, so I'm gonna go transfer over to Tatiana, who will introduce our first presenter.
Здравствуйте, дорогие друзья. I just said it in Russian. This is the language people use, one of the languages. There's a lot of close languages in close countries. We have very good similar roots, and wherefore our traditions, our songs, our stories, a lot of things have a lots of things in common. So today I have Oля. She's with us today. She's from Ukraine and she's in Kiev right
Right
now.
now,
I
I
believe we
believe we
have
have
7 hours
7 hours
difference.
difference.
So
So
her
her
time
time
right
right
now
now
is
is
5 p.m. in evening. And we are just woke up and we're in early morning starting here. So, Oля, I understand you speak several languages. You speak Ukrainian and Russian, and you speak English. English is not as common language for you, but thank you for joining us today and actually speak with us and our children here. Go ahead.
I will start with the most important. I am awfully scared. I was working hard to prepare for our meeting. Look, I write everything down and I will look up if I forget something. Here's why. Long ago, I had English classes in school, but I didn't study much. Here's the result. I'm really scared. So I need your support. From time to time, nod your head or smile as you understand. Deal?
Good deal. I think we can do this. If everyone can send us some likes or hearts or anything else, good morning this morning, just to support Ola, it'll be awesome. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Oля Zakorchemna. I am an artist of Ukrainian national crafts. I was learning a lot, and now I know how to make handmade crafts. I love simple things. I imagine how long ago people of different generations were doing similar crafts. They made household items, clothes, utensils. They also made toys for kids. Now we will make simple smotanka doll. These dolls that are created without stitching, only with the help of threads, wrapping them in a certain order. Now I will show you how to make a bird from one piece of fabric. I know that everyone will be able to make one by themselves, even better than mine. To make a bird, you will need a piece of fabric, thread, any filler, and the main invisible ingredients, without which nothing will happen. I will reveal to you this secret. Willingness to try. Only with it, everything will work. So prepare everything you need and let's start.
Excellent. So what's gonna happen? We're gonna put a video on the screen, and so you can watch how to make a craft. I will be commenting in the background a little bit of what's happening, but it's pretty self-explanatory, and you can understand. You can see what's happening. So Jeff, once you're ready, let me know, and I'll also will start my part. And now we're gonna fold it in half. And now we're gonna also run the squares towards the middle corner. See how we take a corner and run it towards the center. And we fold it like that, just like that. And if parents can help, obviously great. It is a little bit hard at first. Now we're gonna take this little square and fold it again in triangle. And this is where we're gonna look for a little corner, and this is gonna be a beak for the bird. So we're gonna take a thread and we're gonna make a couple runs of a thread to find that little beak. See how we're gonna go several times around this little corner. Now it does look like a little big of a bird. And we're just gonna do several times here. Keep the thread on, we will need it. Now we're gonna take a little piece of cotton and we're gonna fill up a birdie's head. So we're gonna try to make a little bowl, unless you already have a bowl. And we're gonna put it right next to the beak. So find that little center spot. And you can see on the screen. And place it right there. And that's gonna be our birdie's head. Perfect. Good job, everyone. Now we're gonna keep that thread which we have attached. And now we're gonna make, hold it, and place it perfectly here. And now we can see the head formed. Let's just fix it with our thread. I can see the little birdie already. Excellent. I hope everybody can keep up. If not, you can replay it later. Finally, we're gonna work on our wings and a tail. Can you see? There's two corners, both two sides. This is gonna be our wings. And again, we're gonna take a little thread and we're just gonna go around. Just like that. Excellent. I can see the left wing. Let's tie it up a little bit. Yep, just like that again. Tie it up several times. And we can switch to the other side. It's a right wing, and we're gonna tie this one up as well. And great job, voila. I can see the wings, I can see the head and the beak. And now we're just gonna work on a tail. Our beautiful birdie tail. And that's it, we got a little bird. Thank you, Jeff. Can you put back Ola on the screen? All right, Ola, you on the screen. Everybody can see you. Go ahead.
Thank you for watching my video. If you have any question, please add at the end. I am happy to help. As you finish up, I will tell you an interesting story. Ancient Ukrainians were attentive to everything around them. They followed the natural world, found medicinal herbs, looked closely at the nature and behavior of animals and birds. They composed stories and fairy tales about them. They depicted them of dishes, clothes, decorated their homes with their images. Some birds became the symbols of Ukraine. Ukrainian is one of the most melodic languages in the world. The Ukrainian people are very singing. An ancient legend tells of a bird who translated our song into bird language. This bird is called a nightingale. When it sings, it cheers up everyone who hears it. The stork, in Ukrainian leleka, is a symbol of family well-being and the love of the native land. It was named in honor of goodness and love, Lelia. Well, as you know, children are born out of love. In Ukrainian folklore, storks bring babies home. We make a bird with you. May she bring you a good mood and smile. You can play with it, sing. Now you have your own bird. It can be worn as a pin or a brooch or attached to clothing. I did so. Now I have a unique handmade jewelry that no one else has. You can give it as a gift or a surprise for your friends or family.
Excellent idea. I like the idea of gifts for your family, and such a symbolic, beautiful story behind it. So, Oля, once again, you mentioned Ukrainian language is a very melodic, beautiful language. We do agree. I enjoy every time I listen to it. And if you did you are you reading something for us today, or are we gonna do it next time?
No, I will tell you a poem in Ukrainian written by Taras Shevchenko, world foremost Ukrainian poet.
Okay, great.
Окей? Окей. Садок вишневий коло хати, хрущі над вишнями гудуть, плугатарі з плугами йдуть, співають ідучі дівчата, а матері вечерять ждуть. Сім'я вечеря коло хати, вечірня зіронька встає. Дочка вечерять подає, а мати хоче навчати, та соловейко не дає. Поклала мати коло хати маленьких діточок своїх, сама заснула коло їх, затихло все. Тільки дівчата та соловейко не затих. Тут якраз про nightingale. Соловейко in Ukrainian nightingale. Красиво.
I see. Beautiful. It does sound like a song. So, Oля, thank you again for joining us today. It was a beautiful presentation. If anybody wants to send us a picture of your little birdie, you are welcome to do so under the comments. We're also going to put the little link how to find Ola if you have any questions or you want to make something else. She's available on Facebook. And so we can continue our friendship. And it's only 7 hours difference and thousands of miles away, right? Everything is closed now. I'm going to switch to our next presenter. And his name, we're going to talk a little.
Thank you for your attention. I hope you had fun and enjoyed learning about Ukrainian crafts. I was very happy to meet you.
Thank you, Ola. Thank you again. And now we're going to switch to our next presenter. I'm going to talk a little bit about him. He's my old friend. And okay. So I know him for several years now. He's been doing a lot of different things. He's very talented and very diverse, master and craftsman. So he's done he wrote a lot of books. He's got his own studio, and he also does a lot of projects around the world. For example, he does live in Moscow, but he was just here last year working on several projects as indoor playgrounds for children out of wood, and it's all made by hand and very custom, and we love it by the way we use it. Also, this year he is very concentrated on Play and Play project, as I believe, and his studio is all about it. He's got a lot of followers. I'll probably, if Jeff is letting me switch to Alex, I'll just let Alex to tell everybody about himself and start his presentation. We are ready. Okay. We're switching to Alex now from Moscow.
Yes. Do you see me or
We can
not?
see we can see
I
you.
can, I can see Oля and you and myself a little bit.
You are all in the screen. We can see you pretty big and nice. So go ahead. It's all yours.
I can start, right?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Hello, I'm Alex. I'm talking to you from Moscow, Russia, and it is 5 o'clock now, 5:30. Nice evening, and I will tell you about playing clay, playing with clay. That's such a approach that I discovered once several years ago when I was asked to work in a ceramic studio with kids, and sometime and but I was given preschooler kids, rather young, from 3 to 7, from age 3 to 7, and at some point I realized that they don't really want to make nice things and place them on the shelf and just do them tightly. No, they want just to play with it. And well, actually, now I will just talk to the grown-ups, to parents or to the teachers. If you have kids around you near with clay or with plastilina or Play-Doh, just ask them to make a house. We will uh, talk about houses later. So just what they think the house can look like, from which material they want, with clay or with plastilina. And I will tell that kids just really wanted to play. They wanted to make somebody, to make a horse for him and just play, or to make a monster, huge big monster, and take the fighter and to fight. And I tried to overcome this problem for some time, but then I understood that it's not a problem, but it's a real situation that small kids like to play. And I decided that we are not going to do things, but we should play the stories. And we started to, when I came to the class, I uh, I didn't say we're gonna make this, this, and this. I said we're gonna play this story about this man who goes there, or uh, about the castle that somebody built and somebody lived here, or about the garden that was grown somewhere. And it turned out very well. And that's the first point for this approach. The second is that I realized that I have to really interact with the kids. I'm not a teacher who gives the task and just sits and helps everybody, but no, I'm playing with them. I'm really one of them, and I'm doing things and I'm talking to them, and that really worked really well. And then another time passed, and I realized that I can bring parents, I can invite parents to the classes. And then sometime actually turned to be a family classes. So kids usually came with mothers or with grandmothers. And the best of all was that fathers were coming more and more. They realized that it's not just painting something on the paper, but it's really um, manly work for a real big man. You can bring much that big pieces of clay and build something serious with your boy or with your girl, whatever. And so then at some classes, I had all the fathers sitting with their kids. That was really encouraging for me, that I realized that I could bring fathers to making arts, to make play with their kids. So now it's family. Then definitely uh, I started to write about this in the social networks. That was live journals and Facebook, and people started to do the same things at homes or at art studios or at ceramic studios. And now it's rather widespread activity in Moscow. Many, not all, but many kids studios just have playing clay as like in the list of the activities. That's normal. And then a big publishing house saw my postings in the in the social media, and they published a book. We presented, like I wrote some texts and presented some photos, and so there was even a book. Well, it's in Russian, but with good pictures, which people buy and get to know this matter. Then, well, I'm trying to talk a little bit. Now I will. Uh, Uh, then I should say that it's like children playing the sandbox or with the construction set, but actually it can be very deep to understand the children like internal feelings and whatever. The key point is that it is free expression, not like I'm not telling children what to do and how to do. I just give them subject and they do how they want. And then you can actually see what's inside every child. For example, if there comes a child with like noisy and aggressive and saying, I will just destroy everything here, I will make a big monster. And I say him, yes, okay, make a big monster. Then he says, yes. Then he says, it will be like this. Then says, no, maybe like this. No, maybe better like this, he says. The child says, oh, maybe, well, I will make such a small flower here. And then I understand that all this aggression is just the power to actually do something, right? And how can I help him? I won't stop him and say, don't make noise, don't bother everyone. No, I help him to overcome this fear. I say, well, it's a good flower, but it will grow. Let's try to think how it will grow. Oh, maybe it will be a small, like a tree that is small now, but it will grow bigger and bigger. And the child says, maybe. And so in a safe art environment, a child can grow his own self-esteem because he's afraid to make a big tree from the beginning. He's afraid to be a real big monster, as he talks about. But to grow a little bit, to talk to me, to talk to other kids, and then his self-esteem grows, and he becomes calmer. He stops shouting and just concentrating on his. Or the opposite situation, when a small girl with flowers and cats on her T-shirt comes, sits like this, and then takes a huge piece of something and huge another piece of something and makes some enormous castle. And then I understand that how much power, how much strength in this of character there is in this like small and body. And then I can understand that probably this girl will grow up to be a leader or whatever, and very small and but very mighty. So that's about art therapy, about this, and then playing. I told you that we start playing. We're not saying that let's make a monster. No, we play some story. You can choose a story that people like everybody knows. For example, a fairy tale or whatever. I will take a story that you know and we know. about three little pigs. You know, it's an American story. You know it probably. There was a nice cartoon by Disney, but it was translated in Russian, and we know, like every child knows it, and we know how to sing "Who's afraid of big bad wolf, big bad wolf, big bad wolf." But in Russia, we sing it "Нам не страшен серый волк, серый волк, серый волк." So I come and tell, let's play Three Little Pigs. Yes, and it's better to take the story that has many different characters and many objects to build, to make. Here are three pigs and three houses and a wolf. For example, I already made a wolf and say, there is a terrible wolf that roaming somewhere in the trees there. And the three little pigs are playing on the lawn here in the field. And I ask, who wants to make a little pig? Some child says, okay, I will, and another say, I will, and another say, I will make a tree. And I say, okay, you make a tree, and I will make a, well, and another said, I will make a flower. And I say, okay, flower is okay, also very good for our story. Then we make little pigs, and for example, this is a pig. Like, you should do it very simply, not very nice and precise. If you make it nice and precise, then children will say, oh, I can't do it like this, do this for me. And you will make everything for the children. If you make just very simple, primitive, I would say, piglets, then kids will know that they also can do something like this. Do you see this on the table? Yes, I think. So we already have a wolf, we'll have piglets and another piglet. This is a piglet. I don't care about making some good precise pig. And they already start dancing and singing. Who's afraid of big bad wolf, big bad wolf, big bad wolf? And the wolf, and they hear how the wolf is from the forest, and they're afraid, and they say, oh, we have to build houses. Then I stop the story. The wolf is somewhere there, and they're building houses. Who is going to build house from straw, and who's going to build house from the wood, and who's from the bricks? I will build from straw. It's very simple. Even a 3-year-old will make some sausages like this. And your task as a grown-up here to name what he or she does. Sausages, okay, it's straw. We make a house for this piglet. We built a house for him. Very simple, because wolf will destroy it afterwards. So we don't care about doing it really. And the piglet himself didn't care about doing it very strong to start with. Okay, and at the same time, another child or another his mother or father make from wood. What is wood? Wood is like this, something more thick, right? A wooden house will make. And here you can just leave what the kids do themselves is okay. You can see what does your child think about houses. That what he builds or she builds is what they know about houses, and don't correct it too fast. If it looks a little bit like a house, then that's okay. So we made a step in construction, so we made another step in the story. The wolf comes and says, who's here in this straw house? I will blow it away. And he starts to blow. Here, what is good with playing with clay or with plastilina, you can destroy things, destroy toys. Children like to express themselves by breaking something. or just investigate, yes, the things to take them apart, or just to make it real. If a real story needs to have the house destroyed, then the children would like to do it really in their play. And you can't do it with real toys because you don't allow them to break real toy houses. But if you build something from clay, you can destroy it. You can let the child to, oh, I'm afraid, I'm afraid, I'm afraid. He runs to this house. Then the wolf says, I will blow away this house. And this another house is destroyed. And then they run to their smart brother. Where is the smart brother? Oh, I destroyed the smart brother together with one of the houses. Doesn't matter. We will make another. And then we can build a house from bricks. That is a rather long story. You can spend like half an hour making this house. You can take all the children together to make bricks and somebody will build a house. Or you can take some card, some board and build it like here and already build it nicely, not destroy it, not break it at the end, and you will have a real house, something to live after your play is finished, right? So you understand what is the point? Does it look like a brick house? I don't know. Maybe. Anyway, for small kids, that's enough. That's enough. Until the age of 5, that is a very good house. And it's very good that we built it during our play. They participated in it. Parents participated in it. You made an example for your children. Yes, there is another important point that you don't really always help kids. For example, somebody makes a piglet and you make another piglet. You don't help a child to build his piglet. You make another piglet and you give example how to build it. And your child looks at you and says that and sees that you are busy with something that he can understand, he can attach to, and he not working somewhere on a computer, whatever. You are doing something that a child can really understand. And this house you live, make it dry. If you don't want things to dry and you want to play with it later, for example, tomorrow, you can wrap it with plastic bag tightly, and on the next day it will moisten the soft still. And if you don't want to use the same story tomorrow, you just say that, okay, as you play with the construction set, you put everything back into the basket, into the box. You just collect everything together in a big piece of clay. You put it again in the plastic bag, and you have the material for games. You see? So that's the story about some fairy tale. But you can play actually any other subjects that children like. For example, boys like cars. Why not make a car? Here I made a car, which is something really simple that a 4 or 5-year-old can do by himself. Something to put loads in, something to put a driver in front, and some wheels, which a child definitely can do by himself. And then you start playing right away, bringing bricks, for example, to a construction set, bringing unloading the bricks, loading bananas, unloading bananas, doing something else. You can even build the road. Road is a very good thing because it is very simple. It is like a 3-year-old can do it like this. And also связь куда-то делась. There is no connection, I see. Why? Where is the connection? Where is the...
Jeff, can you
I
confirm
don't see the
we
connection.
still doing okay? Okay.
Okay, now we've got connection back. That's good. So I talked about roads, and the roads unite. They bring together all the children from different parts of the table, and you can drive along the roads, or it may be a river, and you can make waves of water, and you can play with boats. And if you're playing with clay, then you never have a question what to do next. You have a story. There is a like a construction site. You have to build something. So you bring bricks by car, by boat, by this, and you can play like this. You can play for an hour with with children 4 or 5 years old, even 3 years old, which is very long. Usually children can do something, concentrate on something for like 10-15 minutes. But here, if you really play with it, then they will make something, then they play, they like look around, then again they will make something. And if you have several children, for example, brothers and sisters, or some friends from neighborhood or from the kindergarten, then after you play with them several times, today, next week, then in some time they start playing together without you. You already not need it. Many mothers wrote me that, oh, clay is such a good thing. I just give them 5 kilos of clay and I'm free for an hour and a half. I can do my things. But before that, you have to play with them deeply, really, for several times to show them what to do. And it may, I like clay. Well, because I came from ceramics, so like I use it. You can use plastilina as well, but just take some soft plastilina and take a lot, because you see, you can build the whole castle. Like every child brings a tower, this and that, and this is a small castle. This is really a tiny castle. With several boys, we like built towns, cities like this, with roads, with the knights inside, with horses and with everything, with roofs, and you can cover it all with a plastic sheet and continue tomorrow, for example. And you can use any kind of clay. Just ask the nearest ceramic studio which is the best clay for modeling. It can be white, or it can be red clay, or it can be even green clay. For example, here is a tree with green clay. For example, in St. Petersburg, there is a big source of green clay. And traditionally, Russian sculptors, like big sculptors who make monuments, they work with green clay. It's normal. The same as this, but another color. So that's mostly all that I wanted to tell you. If I saw some questions, I would answer, but I don't see here any comments or questions. So I would say that you can find me on the Facebook or through Tatiana. I'm Alex Lelchuk, and you can ask me questions. My Facebook's page is all in Russian, but you can write in English. You see. That's
Am
it.
I
Do you have
okay?
something to ask, to show, to say?
Jeff, can people hear me, right? Okay, so I do have a question. Well, first I have a comment. Absolutely perfect tip. You just said kids will eventually start playing themselves once they're comfortable and they got the concept. This is great methodology for teachers, and we appreciate. I can see a lot of things we can develop with children using this method, and we already tried that. And Alex was here also. We had couple sessions, and we had huge table set up, 6 feet to 12 feet long, and we put paper on top, and we just had build a whole story, or we build a castle, and it's all happened within half hour. It really is pretty easy and simple if you don't exactly intimidated them with details. It's just you go and you make a road, you need a tree, you need a forest, you need a bird on a tree, and so it goes on and on and on and never stops. There's no end to it. So that's my comment to this method. I absolutely love it, and we do agree with you. This is the easiest for children to express themselves, and there's a lot of good things for speech development as well, different languages, by the way. So yes, we do use it. So my comment is, so for the 3-year-old, as you said, the concentration is only 10-15 minutes. So what would you recommend if they playing with different ages, right? They playing 3-year-olds, and I have a 6-year-old, for example, or like 8-year-old. How can we take those different levels? Because 8-year-old will do much better, obviously. And how can we kind of put them together in one circle and have 3-year-old also to be as involved as a 6 or 8-year-old?
Well, usually if there are, usually I choose the subject, the theme for the older kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I pay most attention to them, but even in a like such a complicated thing like a castle for a 6-year-old, there is might be a simple task for a 3-year-old to make, I don't know, for example, a road, yes, or plant a grass near the castle. So actually, I usually have not many children, like up to 6 or 8 children, and I can talk to each other. So I take some story that will be interesting for all the children, but I will always find some simple things for the smaller children. Like if we have a tree with bird, which a 6-year-old will make, but the 4-year-old will make apples and the seeds to feed this bird and whatever. So
you still guide a little bit who can do what.
I guide very, very, very strongly. I tell you that children start to play by themselves only after a couple of months of my guidance. So I really look at everything. And if I have more than 8 children, like sometimes they were like I have sessions 10 to 12, 15 kids, then I already can't do this because I can't look like at everybody's things and help everybody. Then it's more like a happening event, and also I count on the parents very much. If a 3-year-old with a parent, then it's already fine. I'll just tell parent what the story is. I make them to feel themselves easy and not to be stressed, and then they just play with their 3-year-old in all this big story, and I am talking to the older children, 6-year-old, all this complicated story with them.
Great.
So interaction, parents, and more interaction.
So parents we do need parents' involvement, especially with younger children, and I agree with that. Nothing happens by itself. Guidance, guidance, guidance. All right. Well, we will also post all your links to your pages. Alex speaks answers in English. Doesn't matter what language you use. You can do Russian or English. And he's available to continue this conversation. And if you guys want to join, I believe sometimes you might have online sessions as well. Anybody can join. He will post it on Facebook. And also, I'm gonna go shop for the clay now. I understand you need a lot, and I think it's pretty simple to purchase. I just realized how easy it is, and I recommend all the parents. Don't be afraid to purchase clay instead of Play-Doh. It's a different material. It feels different. It's softer. And
my advice is not to buy small packages in the big supermarkets, but just ask a ceramist, like a professional ceramist, where they buy clay, and just buy like 5 kilos. It will, or like 10 kilos. It will cost the same as a small package in the supermarket.
And I believe you have successfully purchased it here. So I know it's possible and it's available. And it's easy to kind of maintain as well. It's not one time. You can keep it.
Yes, you moist it with water, with wet clothes, and with a plastic bag, and that's it.
Excellent.
And it will stay forever.
Okay, well, we are close to 11 o'clock. I think we had successful first day for Eastern region, Eastern Europe region. We heard a little bit, different languages today, and everybody connected from completely the other side of the earth, from different places. So we are going global. Thanks for everyone for watching. I'm going to pass to Jeff, and if we need to close out, go ahead.
Goodbye to everybody.
Well, yeah, that wraps it up for today's Global Children Marathon. As a reminder, we will be back again tomorrow at the same time. So that's 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. We're going to have more presenters from Eastern Europe tomorrow, right? Eastern Europe.
Correct.
Yep. And we look forward to seeing you all there. All right. So until tomorrow, we will see you all later. Bye, everyone.